Okay, so I'm going to go over some questions that were asked during class, but I didn't get to record it. So these are some trig inverse problems. Notice the little -1 exponent. That is the symbol for inverse. So whenever you see sine inverse, you can also see it written as arc sine. So this problem can also be written as cotangent of arc sine of 1/2. Okay, this is also how it could be written. Okay, so let's go ahead and solve this problem. So first of all, what angle is sine 1/2? Well, if I look at my unit circle, sine is always the y value. This is the y value 1/2. So sine is equal to 1/2 at 30 degrees. So I can cross this out and put 30 degrees. So now I'm looking for a cotangent at 30 degrees. Now, whenever you see cotangent, you should be thinking of tangent. Remember, tangent is y over x. And cotangent is the reciprocal of tangent. So if tangent is y divided by x, cotangent is x divided by y. So at 30 degrees, this is the x value, this is the y value. For cotangent, I'm going to put x over y. So that means cotangent at 30 degrees is equal to the x value, which is square root of 3 over 2, divided by the y value, which is 1/2. Whenever you divide fractions, you need to flip the second one, so it becomes 2 over 1, and then you multiply. So I flipped the fraction, so now it looks like this. These 2's cancel out, and I'm just left with the square root of 3. So that is the answer. And if you're not sure about the math right here, what I did was I flipped the second fraction, so it looks like this. Square root of 3 times 2 is 2 square root of 3. 2 times 1 is 2, and the 2's cancel. So you're just left with square root of 3. Whoops. Now I have sine of cosine inverse of square root of 3 over 2. So where is cosine equal to negative square root of 3 over 2? So let's look at my unit circle. Here it is right here. Cosine is equal to negative square root of 3 over 2 at 150 degrees. Now you're probably thinking, well, couldn't this be it as well, 210? Because at 210, the cosine is also negative square root of 3 over 2. But remember, for a cosine inverse, you can only look at the first quadrant and the second quadrant, not the third or fourth, okay? So you're only looking in these top 2 quadrants. So that is just 150 degrees. So now I want to find what is sine of 150 degrees. Well, sine is always the y value. So the y value at 150 degrees is 1/2. So that's the answer. So the answer to the original problem is 1/2. Next problem. Notice 8 over 17 is not one of the coordinates on the unit circle. So what you're going to have to do in this problem, you're not going to use the unit circle, you're going to have to draw a triangle. Cosine is adjacent over the hypotenuse. So to find this missing side, you're going to have to do Pythagorean theorem. So 8 squared plus this side squared is equal to 17 squared. 8 squared is 64. 17 squared is 289. Then you're going to subtract 64 from both sides. So you get x squared is equal to 225. Then you square root both sides. X is equal to 15. The square root of 225 is 15. So this is the missing side. So now we're going to find tan of the same angle. So tan is opposite over adjacent. So the answer is 15 over 8. Now suppose they didn't ask for tangent, which is opposite over the hypotenuse. Let's say they asked for cotangent. Well, cotangent, you just flip it. So if it was cotangent, your answer would be 8 over 15. And let's say that they asked for cosine. Again, that means your answer would be 8 over 17. Let's say they asked for a sine of all of this. Well, sine is opposite over hypotenuse. So if it was sine, it would be 15 over 17. If they asked for a cosecant, that's the reciprocal of sine, so it would be 17 over 15. Okay, so there's many different ways, example problems that you can form from that question. All right, let's try another one. Okay, so first we need to look at the inside. And this is asking which angle is tangent equal to 0? Now for tangent, you should only be looking in from here to here, from negative pi over 2 to pi over 2, negative 90 degrees to 90 degrees, only this half of the unit circle. So pay attention to right here. Remember, tangent is y over x. So right here at 0 degrees, tangent, the y value is 0 and the x value is 1. 0 divided by 1 is 0. So that means the answer to this little problem right here, the inside, the answer is 0 degrees. Where is tangent equal to 0? At 0 degrees. So this is 0 degrees. So now we're answering the question, what is tangent at 0 degrees? Well, at 0 degrees, tangent is, you put y over x. So 0 over 1, which is 0. So your answer is 0. So a quicker way to do this is that tangent and tangent inverse, they cancel out. It's just 0. Inverses cancel each other out. So for example, if you have cosine and then cosine inverse of square root of 2 over 2, cancels out, it's just square root of 2 over 2. All right, let's try another problem. I believe that's it. Oh, let's do this one. Okay, so this is asking what angle is sine equal to 1/2? So if you look at the unit circle, that's right here. I think I did this problem already. Let's change it. Let's change this to negative square root of 2 over 2. All right, so where is sine equal to negative square root of 2 over 2? Well, that is right here. This is cosine, this one is sine, okay? You always look at the y value for sine. So if you look at the unit circle, you might say, oh, it's 315, but you have to remember the range of sine inverse. You can only look between negative pi over 2 and pi over 2, or you can think of this as negative 90 degrees and 90 degrees. This is where your answer lies, between these numbers. So this right here, you can't say 315. From here to here is actually negative 45 degrees. Just like from here to here is positive 45 degrees, from here to here is negative 45 degrees. So I'm not going to say 315. I'm going to say negative 45 degrees. That is where sine is equal to negative square root of 2 over 2. So this is equal to negative 45 degrees. Now we're going to answer the question, what is cotangent at negative 45 degrees? Well, remember, tangent is y over x. That means cotangent, you just flip it, is x over y. So let's look at the coordinates right here. Right here, the y value and the x value are pretty much the same. The signs are just different. So that means cotangent at 45 degrees, negative 45 degrees, is the x value is square root of 2 over 2, and the y value is negative square root of 2 over 2. So this is just negative 1. So that's your answer. So those are some of the questions that were asked in class today.